Hey everybody, it's Kevin Hamlin here, and this is an idea I've had for a long time now. I'll explain it more in a second here, but first of all, thanks for finding this YouTube channel. I'm a music teacher, have been for 29 years, retired now, learned a lot in those 29 years, and I want to share it with people, and I have had the opportunity to do that through Yamaha. I'll get to that in a moment here too, but this is an extra special effort because I can't reach everybody that I want to reach, and I can't do conferences everywhere or workshops in schools, all kinds of things. So this is an effort for me at my age and stage to share everything that I've learned and hopefully help your learning curve as well. It's unscripted, it's me talking, and it's a walk in the neighborhood. So you're going to be seeing where I live in the neighborhood that I'm in, and it's a walk, you and I having a talk about those things that are important to us as music teachers. First, I guess a little bit about myself. I taught music for 29 years in a small rural town in Ontario, Collingwood, Ontario. And I remember my first day. I called up and talk to the kids and put an announcement on, hey everybody, meeting of the band from the previous year. And this brave kid came up to me and he said, Mr. Hamlin, we don't have a band. And I thought, well, okay, nowhere but up. And strangely looking back, it wasn't a bad place to start because you breathe and they cheer. It's not a bad place. But over those 29 years, we built what is pretty much the largest band program in the country. It grew from humble beginnings where, I think our first band, we had 25 kids. And those are kids that I literally called out to say, hey, please come, let's give this a try. And they did. I had to work a deal out with them. They were fine as long as they didn't have to play anywhere. And that was the initial deal. We changed that as we started, and they started to enjoy it. But that was the early days. We ended being, as I say, one of the largest programs in the country, where we were traveling with close to 200 kids. We were winning gold awards at the festivals, not just with one band, but with 5 or 6 bands. And we were traveling the world, and gosh, it was amazing. It truly was. I learned a lot in those 29 years. I often said to anybody that I ever met later in life that I taught in the first 5 years, if I can find you, I'd like to apologize for you or to you, just to say, hey, I didn't know. I was learning, and that's the situation for all of us. We're all learning. And, we go through those different stages where initially we're just overwhelmed, and you might want to apologize to those kids too from the first 5 years. But then you start to get it, and you get information from conferences and from other colleagues, and you try things out yourself. And that was the process that I did, where, I got better. My 10th year, it's like, hey, my bands are getting better. And when the bands do better, they feel better, and they take more classes, and the program grows. It was good, and by year 20, it's like, I think I got this. I'm starting to speak at conferences. I'm starting to share my ideas with other people who are, a lot of times it's just an individual teacher in a program, and that's tough. As we grew, we had other teachers. I could go to them as well and try things out on them or ask their advice if they were a specialist in a different instrument. I was a brass player, trombone. We had a person who played reeds. We could share things. It was great, but that's not the situation in every school. So when I speak at the conferences now, I joke, when I made it to year 29, my final year, that was pretty good. And then you retire. And it's like, I can't believe that it's over. I finally got it together. And it shouldn't be that way. There should be a way to help teachers go through their own journey. A little bit more just about myself. I would not say ever I was one of the world's great musicians. I was pretty good. I mean, I did a music degree. It can't be that horrible. But I always had musicians around me who could play rings around me. What was I good at? I was a motivator. I could rally the troops. I could inspire with big ideas. I could fundraise like you wouldn't believe. I could do a lot of the back office side of the music. And, you know, these skills, music teachers, we need them. We can't just love music, although we all do. And that's, you know, first and foremost. But there's so many other things that have to happen. And luckily, I had that skill set and could share some of those things with people as well. Now, when I retired, we were doing a big show, and it was a musical, Wizard of Oz, I think it was. And it was not just a high school production, it was bordering Broadway level production, you know, full pit band, full everything, amazing acoustics, amazing singers and dancers. It was the full Broadway show. And I remember being there conducting the pit band, and as I'm conducting, I'm just taking it all in, and you could feel the energy in the room, and I still get choked up. It was breathtaking. And in that moment, I thought, there's nothing better. This is the top. It can't get any better. And at that moment, I knew that I'd reached the top. And I've never been one who wants to ride the backside of the mountain. I'll go to the top. And as soon as I realized it was the top, that was in year 29. And my job was done at the high school. But then it wasn't done. And everybody knows a music company named Yamaha Music. And I want to give a huge shout out to Yamaha, because together we worked on a position that didn't exist. And Steve Butterworth, Yamaha Canada, said, look, there's still a lot of work that you can help teachers. And it's Adjudicating Festivals, which I started doing regionally and then all the way up to the national festivals, helping bands that way. But then also going out into the schools or school boards where I could work with bands right in their school. They didn't have to take buses. I would come to them, spend a couple of hours, and boy, give me a couple of hours with a band, they're going to sound like a totally different band. It's not just a half-hour workshop at a festival. A couple of hours, we can get so much done. And it's just awesome. I've heard bands now all across the country and been able to help them. And then speaking at conferences too, and sharing good ideas, I think, with teachers. And they keep coming back, so I must be doing something right. I just tell it as it is. And really that's this walk around the neighborhood thing. That's what I'm going to be doing. But for Yamaha to do that, and I said to them, look guys, here's how it's going to work if I'm going to do this. First of all, Yamaha, I need you to pay the shot. No cost to the schools. And they said yes. And then I said, I need some flexibility in making the scheduling. So the schools will contact me, we'll figure out what works best in their time frame and mine, and I'll let you know. And they said yes. So it's been just a wonderful retirement job. The only frustrating part is, and this is especially from the conferences, is I know that I'm helping those teachers that I can speak to directly. I know I'm speeding up their learning curve. If doesn't matter what year 1, year 10, year 20, if I can shave 5 years off of their own learning in a conference presentation, where they go, oh my God, it's like oxygen. I needed to know that. Nobody ever taught me that in my own music program or in my bachelor of music degree. Why didn't I get to learn this? And we all go through that process where we didn't get taught. We knew our instrument, and all of a sudden there we are in front of a whole bunch of people with a whole bunch of instruments. We'll go this way. But I want to share it with everybody. So that's the effort here with you. Again, a huge thank you to Yamaha. They continue to support me getting out as much as I can and helping different programs. But I'm going to start putting things up here now. And you're going to be seeing a series of videos. And we're going to walk through a whole bunch of things that I present at the conferences. And I'll upload these on any nice day that I can get out for a walk still. I'm going to pass some people here. Hello. And they're looking at me holding this gimbal stick in the camera, wondering what the heck's going on. That's fine. I'm going to share it all with you, everything I can, because to me, to not share what I've learned and to not share what I've learned that I know works, it's not just the cream of the crop kids that I'm pulling in. We were a rural school. Half the kids were bused. Good, solid kids, middle of the ground. You know, you had some sort of, kids who might have been a bit brighter, some kids who weren't, but we took them all. And all of them could be successful. Not just the kids who understood music or got music or had piano lessons or had the family backing that they could get whatever they wanted to get the job done. Good, salt of the earth, middle ground kids. They were the meat and potatoes of the program. And again, we were winning awards all the way up to the nationals. So that's the job here, to help you and share as much as I can. And sorry for the long-winded introduction, but I wanted you to know at least where I was coming from and how it's all going to work. So over the next, well, I want to get this done before winter, but over the next month or two, you're going to be seeing a lot of videos uploaded, and hopefully I'll try and keep them reasonable length so you're not burdened too bad. Break it up into videos that are 10 or 15 minutes each, and once you stitch them all together, you'll have the whole package of everything I know. I can tell you that you can have a music program that is everything that you want it to be. No compromise, no problem. You can get that job done, and I wish you all the best as you do that. Okay, on to the next video.